ever struggled with emotional regulation with your children, then you are in the right place because what I'm going to share with you today is why summer is a great time to start working on these skills together. Right, so I am Natasha. I have been teaching children and families yoga and mindfulness to help with their emotional well-being since 2017. And I absolutely love what I do. I love sharing these practices and helping families to build these skills because I know how important they are for myself and for my children because we have struggled with them when things get overwhelming, overstimulating, everything feels like too much, right? And so we want to add in ways that we can work on our emotional regulation. And stay tuned till the end because I have 5 fun, simple summary ways that you can add in these emotional regulation skill building activities into your summer really easily. So, the first thing I want to talk about today is I posted about summer before being this overwhelming time sometimes, right? And someone commented, like, I can't relate. I love the summer. And like that wasn't what I was getting at because I love the summer too. We love not having to rush out the door to school each morning. We love all that. But what I was trying to say, and sometimes it's very hard to get this a point like this point across in 5 second videos or 30-second videos, is big emotions don't stop over the summer, right? Yes, we don't have the pressure of maybe school and different things like that. We have more of an opportunity to slow down sometimes, but we don't just stop having stress. We don't just stop big emotions happening, meltdowns happening, tantrums happening. Like that doesn't just stop because it's summer, right? In fact, we've got the heat sometimes. So if we have a sensory sensitive child or we're feeling agitated by the heat, we've got that as well. So on top of everything. And we've also got change in routines. We've got sometimes trying to juggle everything if you're still working and trying to keep the kids entertained or you know they're too sick to go to summer camp one day or, and you've got to change things up. There's still things that happen, stress that happens. So what I was trying to say is like summer is a really good time to start introducing more of these practices in at times where you can slow down and you can practice in a playful way. So we had a really, really stressful moment ourselves the other day. And this is why I didn't do this live that I usually do on a Monday. I didn't get to do it until now. And what happened was got home, got bags of shopping with me, got the milk, and then the door won't open. I had the key, but we were locked out. The spring inside was like just broken. Could not get in the house, and it was so stressful. And I phoned the estate agents, and they were like, "You have to send an email." And I was like, seriously? Like, and I sent an email and then I'm still trying to chase it up because I'm like, how do I know they're gonna see this email? I'm literally stood outside my house. I'm trapped outside my house and waiting and waiting and waiting, and I'm starting to feel that sense of stress and slight panic build in me. And I've got my eldest with me, my youngest was in camp, and I was on the verge of tears, right? I was nearly there. And I didn't realize how close I was to those tears until I decided to take a walk down the road. The postman had kindly told me there was someone there who was actually putting a new door in. So I was like, please help me. And like, as I was trying to speak to them and explain my situation and ask if they could come and help me, like, I could feel myself nearly crying as like it was hard to kind of keep it in as I was speaking. And I was just so grateful they did. They came and they got my door open, got me in the house. I was like, that alone, amazing. Thank you so much. But then they started taking a look at the door and seeing if there was anything they could do about it. And yeah, they said there was a spring inside the lock broken, and they probably would have fixed it. But I was like, you know what, someone is gonna come and look. So I like felt like I took enough of their time. So I was just really grateful for the kindness of him getting me into the house, the kindness of the postman, he telling me they were down there, and also I came round the next day, didn't even have anything for me like postwise, but just to check in on me, which I thought was just so nice. It's so nice to have this kindness around. So things happen is my point. It things happen that we don't expect. Stress happens, right? So emotional regulation is not about being calm all the time. It's not about never having stress, of being super zen, being super calm all the time. That is just simply not it. And because I do yoga and mindfulness with my kids, people are always like, "Oh, your house must be so calm." And it's like, "No, it's not, right?" But we do have calm moments, and I think that is the important thing because we're making time for the slowing down, we're building emotional regulation skills, we're tuning in with our breath, with ourselves, building self-confidence and letting ourselves just de-stress from the day. So we're not building all that tension and carrying all that stress with us throughout our week, throughout our month, throughout our year, that it just keeps building and building and building. We're giving ourselves time to just let it go so we can better handle things that come up. We have more resilience, right? It's not like something small could happen, you spill the milk and then that sends you over the edge, right? Things like that are not going to affect you so much. And that's the same for our kids, right? If they're building that stress up and building it, then all of a sudden they lose it over something so small and you're like, what just happened? Well, the signs might have been there, right? There might have been signs before that they were getting dysregulated. It's a whole another topic of, noticing before the big blowout. So we just want to start bringing this into our day in a way that feels doable for us, right? We don't want to add like something impossible, some impossible goal, right? That's going to stress you out because you're like, oh, I didn't do that and I should have done that. So we want some simple ways through the summer to start, making this just natural for us so we can carry it into September, October, like when maybe the kids are back at school or other stuff going on. We want to carry this with us. So, 5 ways to do this is the first one is to start your day with like one breath. One breath. Like not just we're breathing all the time. Yeah, I know we're breathing all the time, but an intentional breathing practice together. First thing in the morning, like sit up in bed. Our favorite one to do in the morning is the tracing hand breath. So I've shared about this quite a lot, and it is in my pack, the 5 must know breathing practices for kids, and I will link to that. But it is simply tracing up to breathe in and down to breathe out. So you're going on your thumb and each finger, breathing as you trace the shape of that. Breathing in, breathing out. So it's very visual. You're doing something as you're focusing on the breath, which makes it a lot easier to focus on, especially if you're just starting out with a breathing practice. That doesn't take long, right? You can do that first thing in the morning. Just do that together. Nice and simple. Or check out some of the other breathing practices shared in the guide. And nice, easy way, start the day, and it does make a difference. Another thing you can do to add some more calm into your day is set up a cozy spot. And maybe it's outside in the shade, some pillows and books, some toys, whatever it is. It's a nice, cozy spot. Maybe it's inside, like a little calm corner. Something you can just be together, right? And just relax. Intentional time to slow down, no to do list, and just enjoy slowing down together. Another way is using water to reset, right? So we all love, the nice bubble baths after a stressful day because water is soothing, right? So it could be a bath like that. It could be playing outside, some water play. Right now we've got rain. Maybe it's dancing in the rain, just using water, playfulness to reset. Another one of our favorites, this is number 4, is to have a rest in the afternoon together, like after lunch, in a way like that's just so nice. Like putting your legs up the wall pose in yoga. That's one of our favorites, and also doing a guided meditation. And yes, even the young kids are well able when you practice this consistently and you drop like expectations and just explore the practice together. You don't have like to force them to be calm. You meet them where they are, you model the calm. That's going to make so much difference. And even my hyperactive 7-year-old, he will ask for these, like he loves doing yoga nidra, so he'll ask for yoga nidra either in the afternoon, especially if we've had kind of a stressful busy day, or he'll even ask for it at bedtime and absolutely loves it. The fifth one I want to share is just start naming how you feel. This such a simple thing, right? But so often, especially like as parents, will want to be the calm so they can be calm because we've heard, we're meant to model it, right? And that can really stress us out when we're trying to fake being calm, force being calm. It can be really stressful. I have found, for me, what really helps is just naming how I feel out loud. Like, I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. I'm feeling frustrated, feeling angry right now. Like, whatever it is, like, just naming it. And then sometimes I'll even go a step further and go, I'm going to practice bumblebee breath. I'm going to practice tracing hand breath. And this is going to help me to calm down and come back to myself or feel less overwhelmed, right? So this is where I'm bringing those practices that we've practiced together and I am modeling them in real life. Like, no, I'm not calm all the time, but this is what I do to help myself to come back to myself. And when you can start doing that, you're going to see that from your kids as well. I love when my kids are able to just say, I'm feeling overwhelmed, and then we're like, okay, all right, we know what's going on, rather than like it building and building in them and then all come spilling out. They're able to communicate it, they're able to even ask for what they need, and they're able to self regulate at times as well and start bringing the practices that we've practiced together, doing our co regulation. They're starting to use it for themselves. And they're even like my youngest makes up these breath work practices as well and has new ideas. And my eldest is brilliant at coming up with yoga games to play and things like that. So they start taking the lead with it as well. And it's amazing, right? It's a really shared practice. When you start family yoga at home, it's a real shared practice. Even me, for I've been a teacher for this, in studios and schools and community centers and big events. Like in our home practice, it's not that like student teacher, it's very, very shared practice and it's beautiful. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you have an amazing summer, and do check out that breathing practice guide for kids that's got 5 fun, playful, simple practices that you can do together right away. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.